Welcome to Second Listen Saturday on the Parenting Roundabout podcast, where we share some fun moments from a past episode for your weekend listening pleasure. Look for new episodes every Monday through Friday.
I feel like I'm behind this year because we got our tree up a couple days ago. But I saw so many people who had trees up at Thanksgiving, so I feel very behind.
Well, that's just wrong.
I feel
still ahead of me.
Getting the tree up.
Way ahead of me. Weeks ahead of me.
Good. Because, and some people even have like a tradition around putting up the tree, whether it's, like a family activity after Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know. I don't have one, but there's so many other traditions that one can have, and I'm starting to get anxious thinking about having to do all that.
Exactly.
To keep up the tradition. I'm kind of curious. Do you guys have any Christmas traditions, holiday traditions, Hanukkah traditions at this time of year, or things that you did when their kids were little, or anything that you carried over from your own childhood? Let's talk traditions and find out what's happening in your house at this time of year. Terry, what have you got going on?
Well, in terms of decorating traditions, I think we talked last week with our holiday decorating that I don't do much of it. But what we do to the accompaniment of the John Denver and the Muppets Christmas album.
Oh, cool.
Nice. That is my Christmas, get in the mood for Christmas album, and I can now listen to it on my phone instead of having to bring out the record, but I still love it. It says Christmas to me. And I also have a long-standing tradition, which I think I've mentioned on this podcast before, of watching Love Actually on Christmas Eve as I wrap presents at the extreme last minute. Yeah. So I plan to be doing that again this year. I hope it's on Netflix. And other than that, my big holiday tradition is to bake, which I am now realizing after we did a speed round this week about my signature dish that I have not made any snickerdoodles or ginger snaps or pumpkin bread this season, and I'm not sure I'm gonna.
I'm feeling
kind of lazy. I want to eat them.
So we've talked about it.
I do not so much want to take the time to go and make them, especially since I'm working so much. And I know if I go and say, you know what, I'm going to take some time off and go bake cookies, my husband's going to say, stop, go back to work. I want you to sleep, not make cookies.
Right.
I'll go to the store and buy some, which is not the same. But I might try to find a little time in there because I want me some snickerdoodles.
Yeah.
What about you, Catherine? Is snickerdoodle baking on your list of holiday traditions?
Sometimes we bake. I do, like Terry, I love to eat them. And I mentioned on our speed round a couple of kinds of cookies that I'd love to be able to eat. If I got around to making them, that'd be even better. And we also have a soundtrack, and it is the Bing Crosby Christmas album.
Oh.
Because that is the one that we listened to when I was a kid when we decorated the tree. Yeah. So I always just insist on playing that. I love lots of Christmas music. I love, I think there's like 3 Harry Connick Jr. Christmas albums. There's many, and they are very good. So I love listening to Christmas music, and I always have to have Bing when I'm decorating the tree, for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I was trying to, my kids are older now, so, well, like yours, Terry, so I have kind of scaled back some of the traditions we did when they were younger, like leaving the cookie for the Santa treat. But yeah, I think, what do we give out, or the kids can open one present on Christmas Eve. We do that.
We do that one too.
Yeah.
And if my mom is here, that's because the presents aren't wrapped at your house, right?
That's true. Yes, that would be a problem.
The thing is, if my mom is here, she's always like, well, maybe they could open one more. She always wants the kids. She's like enabler. She always tries to get the kid. And the rest of us, including my brother and sister, if they're here, they're like, no, that's not allowed, Mom. You can't do that.
Well, also, as your kids get older, they get fewer presents, at least in my house. So it's not quite so dramatic. It's like, here, I'll split your gift cards into 2 packages. You can open one tonight and one tomorrow.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing and actually ours is from a carryover from my husband's Christmas traditions, because he grew up celebrating Christmas on Christmas Eve, not on Christmas morning. So
same with my husband.
We had relatives who did
European thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then we always have a puzzle. I always buy a puzzle.
Oh, cool.
Because,
that's fun.
Yeah, it gets the kids off of their electronics, and I force them to do the puzzle with us.
That is a good idea. I wonder if my kids would do one.
Yeah, it gets us all around the table, and all sorts of fun conversations come up, and we just kind of leave it out for a couple days and gradually work on it and then finish it.
Fun.
Yeah, so that's kind of
good one
of ours. What else? We usually go out for Christmas dinner, though. We don't usually stay in. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, I feel like we had a lot more when the kids were younger.
Yeah. we have in our town, there's a Christmas tradition, which even though my kids are kind of outgrowing, it's still a little bit exciting when the Santa float comes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a fire truck that's got all lights on it, and the firefighter, somebody playing Santa, and they literally map out every single street in the two towns where the fire station serves, and they drive by. And when the kids are really little, it's coming, the Santa float is coming, and you have to like really quickly put boots on and coats on and run outside so you can wave to Santa. So we don't really do that anymore, but it's still, I think they still love it.
It's still cool when you hear it go by. We have that in our community also.
It's so cute.
That is cute. Are there any traditions that your kids used to have, or you had at one point and not so much anymore, but they still want, or that they've heard their friends do and they want to try it out or start it? Has anything like that come up for you at all?
Well, for us, that's Saint Nick, the visit from Saint Nicholas, that comes on the night of December 5th, which is a thing that they do here in Wisconsin, which I had never done when I was growing up. Right. But when my daughter was in kindergarten, her teacher played Saint Nick for the entire class, because they had extra shoes that they kept at school. And so she put gifts in every shoe.
Oh.
So then all of a sudden we had to start doing Saint Nick. Because other, kids were talking about it at school. What'd you get? So then it became a thing. And so now we still do it. So every December 5th at 9 p.m., you will find me at Walgreens checking out the offerings, because I am always buying my...
You're filling shoes?
Yeah, I'm always filling shoes at that hour.
That's cool. That's a neat story. How about you, Terry? What, anything that your kids...
I can't think of anything, but I know that... when my kids were littler and their grandparents were alive and my husband's brother and sister lived close enough by that we would all get together. I'm pretty sure we would get together on Christmas Eve and we'd get together on Christmas Day, and it was a whole huge family thing. Years go by, people pass, people move. We don't have that anymore. We don't have quite as much family stuff. And I think my daughter especially, misses that.
Yeah.
Me, not so much. It's nice not to have to clean your house, not to have to worry about the family coming over. There was always some tension between somebody. The adults tune in on that stuff much more. For kids, it's just, there's presents and there's food and there's all the people I love in the same place.
Yeah.
So I think are more nostalgic than I am.
We're going to be introducing a new tradition this year, actually, that is not at the request of my kids, but is actually because my son's girlfriend, it's her birthday on Christmas Day. So we are going to introduce the whole birthday, Christmas Day thing.
Wow.
And I'm not sure how to do that. So if anybody out there has a birthday on Christmas Day, please drop us a note and tell us how it's done. Because
my niece's birthday is a few days after. Mm-hmm. And I'm always super conscious about making sure she gets, 2 presents.
Yeah.
And that the birthday one is wrapped in birthday paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I have heard from Christmas babies that they really are like, can you at least bother to get some other wrapping paper?
Yes.
That's the only thing I know.
Okay. That's a good tip.
A lot of my husband's family is right around Christmas. I think his mother's birthday was like right after Christmas. And then they have 2 or 3 of them have birthdays in January. And it's like, so you have to, when you're doing presents, you have to think not just of Christmas stuff, but you have to come up with 2 for every person.
Yeah.
And that's really a pain. It's hard enough, getting my husband to tell me what he wants for Christmas, but then you have to tell me something else you want for your birthday, honey. And not only did I have to think of presents for my in-laws for Christmas, I had to come up with other things I had to come up with, of course, because that's my job. So, it's like, could you just put your birthday off for 6 months? Let's put a little space. I know it must be a pain to be right. Let's just space it out. But no.
Yeah, I've got that kind of nailed down. Oh, and on top of the fact that it's her birthday on Christmas Day, this year she turns 21.
Oh, wow.
So it's also a 21st birthday. So yeah, I'm looking for ideas, people.
Well, now wait, this is probably your son's job though, isn't it?
It is. He'll do his own thing, but they're going to be here spending the day with us.
Oh.
So I feel like we need to, recognize.
Yeah, you do.
I would like to,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to have to come up with some ways to make that distinction between birthday and Christmas quite obvious.
Right.
So,
right. Mm-hmm. You should, pursuant to our last podcast, throw a sheet over the Christmas tree.
That's right. Get like a birthday tablecloth, and put that over the Christmas tree. And suddenly...
Right. Now it's a birthday tree.
Now it's a birthday tree. Whoever has a birthday tree on their birthday.
And if she's 21, you can just, this is the point at which we start drinking.
Yeah, so...
You're all set.
Yeah, we're all set.
We're so helpful.
Thanks.